My name is Johanne Bell, Johan, and I'm from Scotland originally, but now I'm living in the States and I love it here. Well, I was born in 1923, and my dad played in a band down in London, a big orchestra actually, and we were there for the first 5 years of my life. But we moved back up to Edinburgh, and he would come up. He had some time off at the weekend. My mother was a wonderful piano player. She could have been professional, and she was sometimes. I remember my dad's band came up, and she played piano in the band. She was that good.
Do you remember what it was like when you found out that Great Britain was going to war?
You know, there was no fear at that age. But war is a terrible, terrible thing. I think people older than I was thought this is awful. We thought, okay, so we're going to war. And it wasn't real bad because they were after London. In Edinburgh, we didn't get it every night. London did, and Glasgow is a big industrial place. And that was only 50 miles away from where I lived, so we heard it all the time, you know. I know one time they got the zoo, and we lived quite close to the zoo, within a mile. And I heard of all the stuff that got killed, and I felt so bad. I guess Edinburgh, there was nothing there except landscapes, but Glasgow used to get it. I worked for a while in Glasgow, and I had a good time. We weren't supposed to go out. We went out anyway, which we shouldn't have, but we did. There was a lot of dance halls in Glasgow, and that was my passion, was dancing. I used to skip school sometimes and go. There was this place, it was open in the afternoon, and there was hundreds of people who used to go there. And nobody ever questioned, how did you get here? You should be in high school. There was waltz, tango, foxtrot, slow foxtrot.
Did you have a boyfriend?
Oh, yes.
Did you have more than one?
Oh, yes. It was a good time. I met many Americans overseas when the war was going on, and I found the one I wanted to get married to. I ran into him, I just about knocked him down, and we got talking, and he by then seemed nicer than anybody else I had met. He wasn't that good of a dancer. He'd say, go ahead without me. So I had to find a partner. I love dancing. He said, you want to get married here? And I said, no, I want to get to the States first. I finally came to marry him, and he came up to New York. And I got to New York, and I passed my husband. He wasn't my husband yet. And I found him, and what it was, I thought he'd still be in uniform. He was in civilian clothes. We went back to Ohio. He was from Ohio, and I had 2 children. We were married 50 years, and we never had one serious argument. And I had the most marvelous husband.